So I am on my way. I just dropped off my older two kids, came home and got the baby ready, and we are rolling out. We are going to one of my funnest places, one of my little escapes, one of my groups that I can be totally myself and totally transparent. I'm going to my mommy's group, which is called Mom's Time Out at our church in Mountain View. And I will add a flyer somewhere here so you guys can get the dates in case any of you guys live here in the Bay Area, California. Yay! Anyway, so I wanted to come on here and then just talk about my first experience of attending one of these mommy groups. So I have been wanting to be a mom for quite a long time. We were married for 8 years before I became pregnant with my firstborn son, and I will definitely share that story at a later time. So my first month, I was off for maternity leave. I think it was for 6 months, and the first month was very hard for me because my son would not latch on, and I was pretty adamant that I wanted to breastfeed him. So that's a whole other journey. But I made it to Mom's Time Out the first time. I think it was the first week of my second month. And I went in there with such high expectations, and I was not disappointed. Like, it was such a wide range of women. Some women were career women that became stay-at-home moms, or some moms were in there who were just on maternity leave, and some moms were in there with like middle school kids or kids who are already in elementary. Like, ours was not a MOPS group, so it wasn't just preschool moms. It was a wider variety, which I appreciate. And it was such a great time there. They served food and they had childcare, so it was like I was with my kid for a whole month and I needed a break. So he went into childcare and it was a great time. But when I was leaving, everyone knew, you kind of stand up and like, oh, first time visitor and all that. So when I was leaving, I was still trying to get the hang of the whole infant car seat and putting him in. And I was driving a truck at the time, so he was in the back. We had a double cab, so he was in the back. So I put him in, and then I put in the diaper bag, and then I put the stroller in, and then I proceeded to go into the driver's seat. But when I got there, I realized that I had put my truck keys inside of the diaper bag, and the baby was in there, and I did not have one of those. Everything in my truck was manual. It was the basic model, so there was no power locks or power or anything. And so I had locked that door, and this door was still locked because we had just walked into the car. And so I locked my newborn baby in front of these new moms. I was like mortified. First of all, that thank God he was fast asleep. When they're that young, most of the time they're asleep. But also to kind of look around and be like, you want to appear like you have it all together. Want to appear that you're this good mom, I came into motherhood and I wanted to be not a good mom. I wanted to be a great mom. I had it all planned out. I was reading tons of books. Motherhood is the most fulfilling thing I have ever done in my life. But it is also one of those things that you can plan as much as possible, but there are going to be many bumps in the road, many different routes. Things are not going to work out because you cannot control another being, regardless if they're kids. Even an infant, yeah, you already know you can't. They basically control you at that time. But it has been such a sanctifying and purifying journey being a mother, and I absolutely love it. But what I learned is, by continuing going to this mother's group, they were a safe place for me to ask real questions. They were a safe place for me to say, I'm going nuts. I absolutely don't know what to do with my kid at this point. And to have some moms that are further along in the journey say, oh, that's totally normal. Yeah, they're totally going to grow out of that. Yeah, did you try giving this for gas? Did you try this for a runny nose? Home remedies, doctors that they could you know, kind of give you hints on, like, you know, you're in the same network or whatever. Oh, did you try Dr. So-and-so? Like, it is such a safe place. It's a safe place because, you know, sometimes I go in there like I'm on the top of the mountain. Like right now, everything really worked. I got to school super early to get my son there on time for his valet. Me and Sala sat in the car and read her library book. And then I picked up Yoni, and he's like geared up eating some dried Cheerios in the back there. And I'm excited. I haven't seen these moms since last year. Okay, it's only a month ago. But it's a safe place. So I guess why I'm vlogging this is, you know, for any moms who are out there finding, stay-at-home moms particularly, they're finding it hard to kind of have that alone time. These mommy groups, if you're not working, would be great because it's a good break for you. Childcare is usually always provided, and it's a time for you to connect with other moms where you can totally see that you guys are on the same wavelength, like they get it. And you don't have to dress yourself up. You know, when I first started this group, I was totally all glam. I would wake up, you know, that little 15 minutes extra to put my makeup on, and now it's like, come as you are. I'm rolling out. I got 3 kids. I'm moving. It's not one kid journey anymore. So yeah, I hope you guys, I'm gonna do some vlogging when I get there, just so you guys can kind of see the setup, but you'll see what it's like. Bye. So this is my church, and this is where I am, my mommy's group. I walk in, this is where I drop my son off. The adventure begins here. Safari kids. And we meet, so this is before everyone arrives. So this is our main flyer. Mom's Time Out, fix your eyes on Jesus. Pursuing the character of God with joy. Hebrews 1:3. Okay, and then you walk into the room. And this is our little setup, and then there's food over there. So this is my little group, and this is the lovely setup that the ladies set up for us. And today we have an awesome speaker. I've never heard her speak before, but I'm very excited to hear her. I'm not sure if I can give a clip.
Always, all the time. God is with his people, always, all the time. And so I asked Pam to distribute